Welcome to another episode of the Pierce Brothers. I'm Joe.
And I'm Port.
Today we're testing a theory. We've heard about this, and we're going to see how true it is.
Yep. So the theory is, and a lot of guys are talking about it nowadays, they take a standard AR, not like a big long heavy barrel, 16 to 18 inch barrel, and they're shooting various ammo, usually 55 to 62 grain. I got 62 grain green tip today, which those do throw fires once in a while. But the theory is, you sight in for 25 yards and you get it hitting exactly perfectly zero at 25. Then you back up to 100 yards. We're at 50 right now because
75.
75 right now.
Yeah, we're going to test it in the 9mm.
Yeah, so we did both of these guns, sighted it at 25. So if you hold in the center of a silhouette target, we have the standard silhouette target up there on the hill. It's a 18.5 inch by 30, I think is what the dimensions are. If you hold in the exact center, so at 100 yards you'll be hitting high, 200 yards you'll be hitting, I think, back to...
Yeah, either way, the whole theory is that you'll hold dead center every time at distances.
Out to 400 yards, you're supposed to still be hitting on target without having to hold above the target. I'd have
300. We're going to 300.
We're going to go to 300 today, but we might be able to squeeze out 400 if I feel like it. But we'll start at 75 here and let Joe shoot. Then we'll back up to 100 and I'll shoot. Then we'll back up to 200, shoot, 300, shoot.
Yeah, we want to see where the 9mm falls off, so we'll go 75, 100, 125,
150. It'll probably be dropping off about 125 is what I'm going to guess. So
okay. Well, with that, I guess we'll start with the B&T GHM9. We're at 75, and we'll see how it does here.
Okay.
So again, we zeroed these both we zeroed them both right at 25. So now we're just going to test them and see how far out we can go. I'll just shoot four or five rounds. I'm shooting a Fiocchi 115 grain 9mm full metal jacket.
All right.
Every hit, so
hit on every one of them.
Yep.
All right, let's back up to 100 and let me shoot.
Sweet.
Ready?
This is 102.
All right, well, I'm still on target, so yep, I could see in my scope. It's a 3 power. I could see in my scope I was hitting kind of the topper edge. So.
Okay, yeah, I could tell from here. So
yeah,
let's see how the 9mm does.
Shoot one more, Joe.
So 5 out of 5 at 100, and I'm just holding dead center. So.
And you're just holding dead center, right?
Yep, dead center. All right, let's move out to 125 for the 9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 125. We'll see where 9mm starts to drop, because you get a lot more drop, obviously, out of 9mm versus 5.56.
I got my SIGs. I'm watching.
Okay. I missed the first shot because I pulled it. What's that?
I think you're right at the bottom edge of it.
Right at the bottom, yeah. So I was holding dead center again. We're hitting right at the bottom. I missed the first shot because I was wobbly. So should we go 150 for the 9 and see where we're at?
Why not?
Might as well. I think we're going to be hitting a little bit low. Oh, I hit it.
Wow.
I'm actually a little surprised.
I'm really surprised.
I was still hitting, yeah, aiming right in center, so center mass.
We spray painted the target before we started so we could see the hits.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move out, I guess, 175?
For the 9, yeah.
Yeah. All right, this time I'm pretty sure we're going to be dropping too much, but I guess we'll see. Okay, well, I hit 1 out of 5, so
right below it.
Yep, we're right off there at 150. So 150 is about your max range with a 25-yard zero and a 9mm. You could obviously hold up and hit, you know, but we're just holding dead on. That's the whole point of this test, is holding dead on. So let's go, I guess AR, go ahead and do 175 and then maybe 250.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. I was struggling there for a second. I was hitting the head.
Oh.
So I kept hitting. So the silhouette comes up and it has a little head at the top, and I just kept hitting off to the left on the right of it a little bit on a couple of those shots, but the rest of them were hitting the head. So it's still hitting pretty high at 200 yards or 175.
Let's go to get steady.
All right, so 250. I'm gonna kneel though. Oh, no, you're not. You hurt. Yeah, I can't kneel on that knee. That was Joe's truck. All right, 2 hits. Let's try to back it up to 3 or 350.
Yep.
Okay, so for the purposes of this, we're at 345 yards. This is as far back as we can back up right now. Otherwise, we're just in sagebrush and it's hard to see. So let's see what we can do.
And a clarification, Port's been holding center mass every distance so far. So
Yeah.
at that 175, 200 range, it was hitting just high. It was hitting up in the head area. So he's holding center mass. At 250, it was hitting pretty much dead on. So we'll see where it's at 350 here.
Why don't you watch with those binoculars and just see if you can see if I go off target or not.
Yep.
I normally want to kneel on my my left knee, but I got kicked in it yesterday by a horse, so I can't exactly kneel on it.
Looked like you hit high. That was just right. Hit. Hitting just right. Right again on that one. Hit. So it seems like you're hitting just right.
A little bit right. So I couldn't kneel and get a very good steady rest because I want to get, when you kneel, you want to get this arm stabilized. I couldn't get it, so
I can try shooting.
But I still only holding dead on. So I have to. So far the theory is actually correct. Out to 350 yards at least. I wish I could back up another 50, but anyways, seems to be pretty spot on for what you want to use for an AR like this. Want to wrap up, Joe?
Yeah, so I think a 25-yard zero is probably a pretty good idea for most of your
combat type guns.
Well, for most of your personal defense weapons, I think that's probably a good idea. You just got to remember at that 200 range, you're going to be hitting a little high out here. I mean, it was just hitting a little right, so
yeah,
could just be the load. Yeah. But you know, out to about 300 yards, you're probably going to be real safe to hold right on. So I was kind of surprised by the 9mm. We got
I was really surprised.
150, and we were still hitting, and then 175 is where it dropped
9mm
off.
goes out and drops off pretty fast. So I was really surprised by that.
Yeah. So, but in the 5.56, you know, it was hitting a little high at that 200 range, and then pretty much dead on at 250.
Yeah.
So,
and I wish I could have had a better rest. You know, anyways, and I could have made sure I hit every shot, but you know, just the way it works.
25 yard zero. I think that's
what I'm going to do on all my ARs that are my close range, like combat type ARs. So,
yep. Well, thanks for watching this episode of the Pierce Brothers, and we'll see you next time.